We've already briefly discussed one type of phrase, way back when we talked about prepositional phrases. There are actually 5 types of phrases altogether: prepositional, gerund, participial, infinitive, and appositive. We'll go over each one of it individually, but first let's review prepositional phrases. In form, prepositional phrases always start with a preposition and end with a noun or a pronoun called the object of the preposition. You can have any number of modifiers between the preposition and its object. In function, prepositional phrases have only 2 jobs, which makes them easy to understand. They can do the job of either an adjective or an adverb. We call prepositional phrases that function as adjectives adjective phrases, and prepositional phrases that function as adverbs adverb phrases. Let's look at adjective phrases first. Remember that adjectives modify nouns or pronouns, and the same is true of a prepositional phrase acting as an adjective. Because they do the same job, those adjective questions can be used again to help you prove that they are functioning as adjectives. Remember those questions? Which one? What kind? How many? How much? Let's look at an example. The man from Toledo bought a new suit. To spot a prepositional phrase, always find the preposition first and then read to the right. When you encounter a noun or a pronoun fairly quickly, you've got yourself a prepositional phrase. So here I recognize from as a preposition, and it's immediately followed by the proper noun Toledo, which is the object of the preposition in this sentence. So I know I found the prepositional phrase, from Toledo. Remember that adjectives always appear right before the words they modify. We are going to amend that rule a bit when we speak of an adjective phrase. It will be either right before or right after the word it modifies. Since from Toledo is right behind the noun man, chances are that it modifies man. Using the adjective questions, ask yourself, which man? The answer is the one from Toledo. You've just proven that the prepositional phrase from Toledo modifies man. Here's another example. Morley hid his books under the bed. I recognize under the bed as the prepositional phrase. And it's right next to the word books. Which books? The ones under the bed. This is a prepositional phrase functioning as an adjective phrase. Now let's look at prepositional phrases that function as adverbs. We'll call them adverb phrases. Just like adverbs, adverb phrases modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs, and can be proven using the adverb questions: where, when, how, and to what extent or degree. Unlike adjective phrases, adverb phrases can appear anywhere in a sentence. One of their characteristics is that they can be moved all over the place. Let's look at one. After the party, the clown returned to headquarters. It's pretty easy to find the phrases once you know the list of prepositions. And here it is. After the party. The phrase is right in front of a noun, clown, but it doesn't answer any adjective questions. Which clown? What kind of clown? How many clowns? Obviously, after the party doesn't modify clown. We now know automatically that it's an adverb phrase, and the only word it could modify is the verb returned. But let's put it to the test anyway. Returned when? After the party. Remember that I said adverb phrases could move around. Look at these sentences. The clown returned to headquarters after the party. The clown, after the party, returned to headquarters. No matter where you put it, the prepositional phrase still acts as an adverb modifying returned. Here's another example. Inside the stadium, people cheered for hours. Hopefully you've spotted two prepositional phrases. Inside the stadium and for hours. Both of them seem to modify the verb cheered, but let's put them to the test anyway. Cheered where? Inside the stadium. That one works. Cheered to what extent? For hours. As you know, it is possible to have an endless number of prepositional phrases in a sentence. When writing, you need to rely on your ear to figure out how many are too many. Now let's look at a complicated example. By 11 o'clock on opening day of the football season, all of Lambeau Field was packed with fans. There are actually 5 prepositional phrases here. By 11 o'clock on opening day of the football season of Lambeau Field and with fans. We'll need to use a bunch of questions to figure this one out. Let's start with adverb questions. Was packed when? By 11 o'clock and on opening day. Let's use an adjective question to figure this one out. Which day of the football season? Adjective question again. Which all? All of Lambeau Field. And we'll finish up with an adverb question. Was packed to what extent? With fans. Let's review some key information. Prepositional phrases function as either adjectives or adverbs. Adjective phrases modify nouns or pronouns and can be found right next to the words they modify. Adverb phrases modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs and can appear anywhere in a sentence. Finally, prepositional phrases can sometimes be removed from a sentence without completely destroying the sentence. Let's look at one last example. After the party, the clown returned to headquarters. Find our prepositional phrases. If we remove them, we're left with the clown returned. It's still a perfectly grammatical English sentence, but this one provides more information.